Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we've gathered here to celebrate the life, the music, and the love of our dear friend, our bandmate, our brother, Taylor Hawkins.
Today is Sunday, the 4th of September. Yesterday was Saturday, the 3rd. Yesterday was, as you can see by the thumbnail of this video, yesterday was the day I went to say goodbye to Taylor Hawkins at the Taylor Hawkins tribute show at Wembley Stadium in London. So, a little bit of backstory. I tried to get tickets a while ago when this was first announced. Never going to happen. I think we were like 100,000th in the queue or something on Ticketmaster. Never happened. Weeks went by, didn't think about it. We saw the adverts on TV that it was showing on the MTV Music channel all day. They were going to live stream it on YouTube, Paramount Plus, etc. And then a good old buddy of mine, Dom, who's the singer of my old band, got in contact with me and said, "There's a new list of tickets coming up in 10 minutes. If I get to, are you coming with me?" So this came about, yes. So I said yes. So if you've seen my other video about the unfortunate passing of Taylor Hawkins, I'll put the cue card up here somewhere, or wherever it pops up on the top of the screen. If you haven't seen it, please go and check it out. People around me know how much I admired the man, loved the man. My favourite band of all time, obviously, is the Foo Fighters, and Taylor changed my life. Again, it's all said in that previous video that I made. And to get tickets to something that I never thought would happen, I just had to come on here and talk about it after a long leave of absence on this channel. So we left here super early. We got there, we went into a pub, and I have to tell this little story that me and my buddy met a Turkish guy in there in this pub, and we just started chatting to him, and he brought up a very, very good point. It's not something I've truly thought about, honestly, but if you really cast your mind back, like he said, has there really been a tribute like this with all of these artists and people around and all these people coming to see it at Wembley Stadium? Has there been anything of a tribute to another musician since Freddie Mercury died way back in the early 90s? You've got to think about it. No, there hasn't, has there? That was the last real big show. A bunch of people came out, played some songs of Queen as guest artists, and celebrated the life of Freddie Mercury. That's exactly the same thing that's happened here, and I'd love to think that Taylor would love that he has the same admiration and respect from people, because honestly, like, if you go, I've been to stadium shows before, right, and it's just mosh pits and stupidness. This whole night was just a night of love. If I can get the pictures off of my phone to put them on the screen while I'm talking about it, I will. It was just everybody enjoying his life and celebrating him, and just, yeah, 88,000 people coming together to show how much he meant to them, and people were just so friendly around me, so nice, and we were all there for the same reason, and it's so refreshing, and I really think Taylor would have loved that appreciation for him. So how the whole thing worked was, from 4:30 in the afternoon till about 10:30 p.m, Dave and the boys came out first to have a little speech that you've probably seen at the start of this video, that he, this is about him, this is about Taylor, this is about people's love and coming together. From there, Dave and all the guys from the Foos would come in with different artists. For instance, the first person to come out was Liam Gallagher of Oasis. Dave played drums while he played Live Forever and Rock and Roll Star. Very fitting, I think. Obviously Taylor, there's a Radio X interview out there of him saying how much he loved Liam. These are all artists he loved. So Dave would come out and play bass for certain people or whatever, or Pat would come out and play guitar with a band. It was great. Liam was brilliant from what I can remember, because it's all a big blur in my head. There's still adrenaline in there. Them Crooked Vultures came back, which was fantastic, seeing John Paul Jones on stage. Paul McCartney was there. Rush came out, famously one of Taylor's favourite bands of all time. Queen, of course, were there. Sam Ryder from Eurovision came out, who absolutely nailed it. Why he's not in Queen now, I have no idea. All of these people coming together were fantastic. It was planned really well. They had a section where it was just the Foo Fighters, and they had like a myriad of drummers come out. They had Travis Barker, they had Rufus Taylor, who's Roger Taylor's son. They also had, rather beautifully and poetically, they had Taylor Hawkins' son, who's 16, come out to play My Hero with Dave and the rest of the band. It was really, really beautifully done, and finishing off with Dave doing Everlong on his own. And the one thing I would tell you all, and I'm getting butterflies thinking about it now, goosebumps, is please just find a clip, it's on TikTok everywhere, of Dave singing the first few lines of Times Like These by himself. It's really touching to see a man who, it's almost like he's come to the realization that his best friend, his old drummer, this is the first time he's played this song without him. There's, you know, no one behind him playing that song. There's a drummer, but it's not Taylor. It's really, it's humanizing to see, and it's really touching and horrible to see Dave in so much pain, still grieving, but he let us grieve with him, which was just exactly what we needed. And I'm going again, listen, I know it's not a review, I know it's not a movie, I have been watching them, I am doing reviews still, it's just finding the time at the moment to do anything is mad. So you've got this. What I will say to you all is, if you're a Foo Fighters fan and you didn't make it, I really do think that Dave and the guys have serviced the fans to the point where, yeah, TikTok's putting clips up and stuff, but please find it on YouTube, find it on Paramount, whatever you can find it on. Watch the highlights. They're out today, I believe, on MTV. I don't know if it's this afternoon or tonight that they've put like clips together of everything, but please, I think they've given everyone enough scope. It's brilliant. You know, you get to see things you haven't seen before. That's the first time I've ever seen Rush, and I'll never see them again. Violet Grohl came out, Dave's eldest daughter. She has a gorgeous voice, and she sung some Jeff Buckley and some Mark Ronson stuff. It was great. There's things you're never going to see, and it's a point in history that Dave has made accessible in our lifetimes. You watch all these Queen things back in the Freddie Mercury tribute show, and you just think that's epic in scale, of Elton John and Axl Rose and all these people coming out to celebrate his life. We've had that now. It's so unfortunate that Taylor was only 50 years old when we lost him, but this is a fantastic way of doing it. Dave and the guys and all the production people he worked with did amazingly well. All of the merch sales went to charities of Taylor's family's choice and the charities that Taylor was working with. It was done so wonderfully, and it was such a celebration, and I'm so happy that we managed to get tickets on the last day of sale. It was super out there, but it was so worth it, and I don't think we could ever take that away from my brain. Will forever be filled with it, and I can't wait to tell people stories. I cannot wait to see your stories in the comments. So please, if you went to the Taylor Hawkins tribute show, please let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Let me know what your highlight was. If you couldn't go, unfortunately, and you watched it on the highlights at home, or you watched it on the live stream, let me know what your favourite part was, because I from the clips I've seen, the atmosphere was still there. It was still electric. It was so great, and it will be wonderful to share it all with you and to hear your stories of the day, because what I'm seeing online at the moment of people putting their stories up, it's touching, and the fact that people loved it and that people were there for the same reason, the celebration, was just fantastic. So yeah, let's try and make this a more regular thing. I'm trying my best, sort of. But yeah, guys, please let me know what you thought. Until next time, guys, and an actual review next time, this is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, Ginge out.